So in my last video, I explained that I was in the middle of cleaning the house when I decided to stop and make a ping bowl. So here, let's talk about what we're doing, because I'm actually kind of excited about it, which is why I stopped everything that I was doing in order to make it. Also, I need to turn the light on. This is the bowl from the mealy bug disaster. You saw me make it in another one. This is a piece of mopani wood that I had in my aquarium for a really long time. And these are just 3 random chunks of lava rock that I had. What I'm planning on doing is taking live sphagnum and putting it all over the wood. It should attach pretty easily. It shouldn't give me much drama. But I also don't want to waste a whole bunch of live sphagnum to fill in these cavities in the wood. So I got some plain old orchid moss. I like Better Grow. They do good stuff. Filled it in here. Got a little here. I'm just filling in any gaps, places that I think are going to be too deep to like really fill in with live sphagnum, because I mean, it is a pretty precious resource. I don't want to use all that I have. So I'm just going to top over all of this. I went around the edges, filled in any just like gappy places. Yeah. There. Just kind of make it a little more of a smooth transition. And then I'm going to fill in back here. Actually, I probably won't fill in back here, because I'm probably going to, God, look at the dog here. I'm probably going to root something over here that likes to hang, probably some laxifolia or something like that. And I'm going to try to attach some, Jesus, the wood. All right, this is making me rethink it. That's because this stuff just grabs dog hair. I just washed this. Anyway, all of my, why do I have hairy dogs and sticky plants at the same time? I don't fucking know. I'm an idiot. But anyway, I'm really excited about this part on the wood, because I think I'll be able to tuck some little plants in there. And then all of this, I should only have to keep the water to about right there. And another reason for the sphagnum, I don't know if I can lift it without fucking it up. Anyway, you'll just have to trust me. This makes a cave underneath, so I stuffed it all under there, and that's going to be to help the water wick up onto the wood to keep the wood wet. Now, questions, isn't this going to rot? Yes, it is. It is going to rot, but it's also rotting out on my front porch, and a lot of times I have to kind of refurb the rocks after a couple of years anyway. After a couple of years, they tend to get a little overgrown in places, so I wound up like either partially or completely deconstructing them and then using the pieces to make new ones, because that way I don't run out of space and I still get to make new rocks all of the time, because, I like to make stuff. But anyway, I'm going to finish doing some stuff and then I'll come right back. Oh, and these are the plants that I have to put on it when we're done. And I got the moss on. Gosh, the light is getting really terrible in here. Let me turn it. There you go. We got live stuff all around here. Oh, I gotta tuck some down there. I'll come back to that. And I have added some live on top of the dead, and it will all start to grow together. The dead sphagnum will start to get algae on it, and it'll kind of turn green. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, I'm going to start to put... And we're done. Like, I don't know, 20 minutes later. Oh, wait. I got one tiny leftover. Look at you. Look at you. Look at you, tiny. Ooh, tiny plant. I need to put the tiny plant in. Let's turn it this way. No, that's not a good hold. I'm going to put tiny plant down here. Ooh. There we go. Tiny plant. There he is, my tiny plant. Anyway, we'll see if this works. Most of these guys were extras that I had. So, I mean, I totally don't expect many, if any, to die. I think they'll be fine. And then as they grow in, I'm probably going to have to move them, because I think these two and these two are going to get too big, basically. So I'll probably wind up popping some of these off at some point just to make room. But this gets them out of the tray and onto a rock. And yay! Also, quick tip, if you want to make rocks, get one of these. It really comes in handy for rinsing off messes. And for watering the tops of rocks before they get established. It's good to come in here and give them a little squirt. Of course, you never want to top water your pings, but I mean, a little spray every now and then, don't mist them. They don't like to be misted. If you have to do something like this, like clean up a mess or, I've got the top of them get very dry, so I have to come through and do that. Found a little straggler here. Get that guy in there. Fill her up. Mud. And here we go. Now we're under the light with all the other guys, and this is what it's looking like. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah. Of course, it really didn't do anything to make more room, which was the initial goal, but I mean, at least it looks pretty.